Hey everybody, and welcome back to the sub, now over 88,158 weight re-rankers. This week's video brought to you by our sponsor. That's right, it's the like button, so tap it or click it, because why wouldn't you do that? And let's start off with number 19, RIP Blaze, 2021 to 2021. 10 haunting photos taken moments before disaster. I mean, I've unlocked a lot of blazes
in my time. It says this is not exclusive to 2021.
My blaze count is probably higher than that of the average Minecraft player. Now, it's probably nowhere near that of whoever has the peak Blazeman demonetizations of anyone ever, but I would say that on the exponential chart, it's going the wrong way for you. It's going that way for you watching this. Right? It's like, it probably goes like this, and then the top person's like crazy high up here. I'm probably somewhere in that range, though, you know, higher up than the average person. So, yeah, sorry, Blazes, but you do try to light me on fire. The rush for the Red Vault paid off in the last MCC. Credit Du Machina. Sands of Time leaderboard. Let's go. 1576. Now, this is just for this last MCC, right? It's not for all the MCCs ever. I wonder what the highest scoring Sands of Time amount is ever. Probably not this, but 3 vaults in one Sands of Time session. It's pretty big. I've never done that, I don't think, in any of the other MCCs. I know that other teams have, but maybe we'll get 4 at one point. Has anyone ever gotten 4? That's the max, right? Because you have the Emerald, you have the Ruby, you have the, oh no, there might be 5? Are there 4 or 5? I don't know, because there's a gold vault, isn't there? And that thing has like more than any of the others, but I've only seen the gold key once, I think. Anyway, finally, I got to be number 1 in a specific game. I don't think I've done that since Rocket Spleef in MCC 1 or 2. It's been a long time. Well, I mean, in team games, I've done okay as, like, you know, with the team, like Skyblockle, because I'm the number 1 Skyblockle player of all time, and that'll never change. But other than that, yeah, I think we've beaten this horse enough. Could you stop talking about the logo every post on the subreddit for the last 3 weeks for 5 minutes? I'm with you. There's been a lot of posts about it. It's turned into the next Phineas and Ferb. You know what happens, though, is when there's a topic that you can latch onto for karma, then it'll be latched onto. I mean, look, when there's a trend that's working on YouTube, like Creeper on Man, then you make videos on it. I had people tweeting me the meme of the cow that looks like it's not in very good shape, and the farmer's coming over with all the buckets. Like, all right, it's time to milk this again. It happens. I understand. I've been there, but yeah. We moved on from Phineas and Ferb, and we'll move on from the logo, even though the logo is the top post of the week once again. 4 foots or feet's 4? If Jardoon is 4 feet high, this would be his actual height. That is correct. That is what it would be if we were to take feet as the height of a foot instead of the length of a foot. But I'm pretty sure that, you know, when they were, whatever initiated the measurement of a foot, which is like the length of the king's foot or something like that, which, would that be above or below average? I've not measured my foot. My foot's probably below average in length as a 4 foot tall person, so I don't actually know if the king had small feet or big feet, or if my backstory and where the foot came from is completely off base. But either way, if I was 4 feet tall and it was the height of feet, I'd actually be very tall because my feet are really tall. My right foot especially is taller than my left, and so if I have to put on a shoe, it's actually really annoying because I have to undo the laces a lot more on my right foot, and then I have to like jam my foot in. And yeah, it's just, my feet are tall, and it's really weird. I'm not gonna give you the close-up of the side profile of them. But that's the way that they are, like the bone on the top of my foot, it's tall. So this would make me a lot taller than I actually am if I was the height of 4 of my feet. So I made an animation. It's rough, but it's 2 seconds long. Okay, this should be some short quality content. Cav Sparkles and fork these shorts. Am I hitting those with a hammer? I feel like hitting a piece of fabric with a hammer isn't really going to do too much to the fabric. It's really just going to damage whatever the fabric is on the table. So all I'm doing here is like denting my table. I'd like to think that if I was really determined to damage the purple and green shorts, that would not exist from quality content, because why would quality content make purple and green shorts? How dare you think we would do that? Why would they exist? They would not be quality content in that place, not be befitting of the logo and the brand. But either way, why would I want to bang my table, dude? I don't want to dent it. Finding the blue vault. Let's go, dude. Top Sands of Time player of the last MCC. I want to say of all time. The Sands of all time. That's what it should be called, specifically for me. I hope we play Sands of Time forever in every MCC that I am in, because it's the best game for MCC. I don't know if Vault Hunters actually is assisted with playing in Sands of Time, but it just feels good. Obviously, it's like, dude, you got to have the full team there, especially the Sandkeepers, like that core critical role. And Kara did a good job, because Kara always does the sandkeeping and is probably very bored of it at this point, wants to do something else. But there's also like, if I don't do it, then nobody else is going to do as good of a job. Sorry, thank you for taking the bullet, Kara. We appreciate it. But yeah, we crush. Let's go. The captain is in denial. Maybe it does look like an S. No, it's the children who are wrong. No, it's definitely the children who are wrong. Also, no children. It's just the age 13 plus individuals watching who are wrong. May Trunks and Cromwell watching the stream. Also, always love the clever CNS in the logo. Shrek is very angry right now. Wow, that's pretty cool. Look at that. Look at Magical Crumb, and look at how much of an absolute unit I am. See, now, if there is no differentiation with the feet from the legs, where is the end of the feet to be where, like, you'd be 4 feet tall? The Trunks is obviously, like, 8 feet tall. So, but where, if it's just, the legs are just long cylinders, do you have feet? Do the feet end where, like, the nail part ends? Or how does that work in biology and stuff? He do be enjoying those cookies, though. Average cookie fan versus average cookie enjoyer. I feel like I'm missing whatever is going on the left side here. But, okay, so here's the thing. Here's why it looks weird. I've never actually reviewed the footage of me eating the cookie, but the reason why I'm, like, doing the, you know, the bird that, like, goes into the water and then comes back and then goes into it's because I'm, like, trying to eat over the packet so that the crumbs spill on the packet. Not talking about Crumb the cat, just crumbs from the cookie. And then it's easier to clean up rather than getting the crumbs all over myself. And yeah, it looks weird. It really looks weird now replaying it. I'm just going over here, taking a bite off of something, coming back, chewing a little bit, then. All right, now I'm self-conscious. Capman and Night Zine protecting the world from demonetization. Okay. I'm the night man, and then Zine can be the day man. I feel like night man and day man will be better roles for us. See, Robert Pattinson, they should have cast me instead as the new Batman. I definitely look like I would fit in the role of Batman. For sure. I can't wait to play Batman after Robert Pattinson is no longer Batman anymore. A good robber he may be, but is he a smart one? Oh no, it's Z Nuggets again. All right, I've dove out of the. Why would I have a weapon like this? Why am I going into the? Why am I robbing a bank that looks like the U.S. Capitol building? Even though it's not the U.S. Capitol building, I know my geography is just a fancy-looking building with the Ionic columns and stuff like that. But why would I be Why am I doing this? I mean, if you went into the vault, wouldn't you want it to be empty? You just wouldn't want Iron Man to be the one who goes in there next. But I would be Iron Man in this situation, not the bank robber. Like, that's really not cool that you. This is slanderous. That I would be the one robbing the bank. I am good. I would never do something like that. I do not have a hurtful robbing bone in my body. I did an art. Interesting. It's that's pretty slick. That's from Let's Not Talk About That, which Wait, it is from is it? Yeah, that's pretty sure that's from Let's Not Talk About That, right? Or is it not? No. Oh no, it's just the pink is reminding me, and also it's a 3-year anniversary. That was from that one photo shoot that I did. Right. Yeah. Sorry, things are blending together. But let's not talk about that. Did just have the 3-year anniversary. God, it's been that long. That's crazy. Isn't that crazy how long it's been? That time goes by so fast and stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty weird. But anyway, there we go. I'm definitely not in peak performance shape anymore. I've just it hurts a little bit when you don't go to a gym and see other people who are way better looking than you, and then you're like, I want to be that, and it pushes you, and then when you don't have that, you just kind of makes it easier to slack off a little bit. Captain Sparkles once said, yes, this is is it? Okay. Oh, is it like some Kevin McLeod? Captain Sparkles once said, I've decapitated my potential lover.
In retrospect, I think maybe I should have allowed my neighbor's house fire to burn my house down, because what is...
So, are we about to have all the times when I've said demonetized words? Is that what you're about to do? You're about to play the Slenderman clip that I definitely never said and was definitely dubbed onto the video after the fact? Is that what's happening?
What is that? What has like 100 legs? It's not a centipede.
It's a house centipede, actually. I've learned much more about them later. I even watched a few YouTube videos on them.
I got none. Yeah. Woohoo. There I go. Big X over me.
Okay, honey. I think you can stop the revolving carousel that you've somehow managed to put the house on.
Punch the painting. Punch the painting. Also punch Dan for being dumb. Come on.
I mean, it's not as much demonetized. Are these supposed to be quotes that I said that were like quotable? I don't know. They don't seem like very wise phrases, if I'm being honest with you. Unless you're going to surprise me with something.
I'm just here to say hi, and then I'm here to say goodbye. Carpe diem means you must seize the carp and enjoy it.
That's accurate. Rifkin was wrong. It's a household supply that seals cracks and stuff. Yeah, they are bulbous.
Car punch tree. Oh no, we've crashed. I've got to make sure that I am.
Try not to crash your cars into a tree. Tutorial is pretty cool.
Okay, we can just commit arson.
Don't do that though. Crumb wasn't being serious. Crumb would never commit arson. It was just for the video. Crumb is definitely a super peaceful person who would never do anything bad like that. Jardoon with the George GT in Lego. Okay, that's really cool. I'm pretty sure that this is a render, but they're so good. They're so good. How do you do them so? This is so impressive. This is that quality like, oh my God. It's so good. This could be a legitimate Lego set. Like, do you actually build out, well, I guess you don't have to build out the interior pieces, but like you actually have to model the surface pieces and then apply the texture to it for the lights and the stripes and all that. Like, that's so cool. And then we have the quality content there, and then the George GT Astro A40s, which you can get 5% off on via the link in the description at the Astro website. It's pretty cool. This is so cool. It's Cypher Space does really, really cool Lego renders that I don't know. They're like good enough to be actual product photos for Lego sets. How do you do this? The Moonglow Inspectors. Excuse me, Genestator. I believe it's Inspectors. SPECTRES. Because like specters, ghost specters is another word for them. So our name, it's like a pun. The Inspectors. Right? Get it? Okay, cool. Anyway, yeah, I look very worried. Everybody, like, Kara's really excited. Rifkin's like, oh, that's cool. Crumb's, oh, that's really cool. And then the two tanks just look really worried about the whole thing. Why are we so scared? Why are the tanky ones with the high armor class and damage like, oh God, this is a spooky thing? I'm courage on the inside, okay? I don't get spooked by ghosts. Never. Anyway, it's very slick. Thank you, Janice Stater. I hope you were enjoying Dungeons and Dragons. I know why some people see an S. There's a rare variation misprint that's upside down. What the frick? What? This some of that, like, limited edition toy collection. What the? What? Did you buy multiple of them because you saw the one that was misprinted in the shop and then you like kept it in the packaging because you're like, one day this might be worth a lot? What if Captain Sparkles becomes like super big deal, or he unalives and then becomes a big deal after he's unalive? Because that happens sometimes, you know. Yeah, at least with famous artists, it's like their art not a big deal while they're alive, and then after, all of a sudden, everyone's like, oh, you know what? Their art was actually pretty cool, and the artist from their grave is like, couldn't you have appreciated it while I was alive, so I could have at least sold some paintings and made a good living? Why'd you have to wait until after? God dang it! Anyway, that's not me. That's other artists of history. But this is interesting. Wow, you got a very limited edition mistake. If this were like a first edition Charizard or something and it had a misprint, what if the first edition was printed upside down or something? That would be worth like $10 million. You're holding on to this because you're like, hey, maybe this will also be worth $10 million one day. It probably won't. But if it is, you should give me a rev share of that sale. I decided to try and ask a disinterested party about the logo, and I found out another way of looking at the logo apparently. What letter or letters do you see? How do you see just an S? This person, Peppa Pig, needs to get their eyes checked. I am very sorry to inform you. This is a great test of whether or not someone should be seeing an eye doctor, because in that resolution on a cell phone at that size, that does not just look like an S. What are you seeing? Shrek is angry. How is this not, like, that is clearly at a resolution that is large enough. Captain Sparkles, I'm a fan of what this person said. They're able to just see the letters, and they also know what it stands for, so like 100%, they know what's up. The whole thing was spelled in there. Big plays. Ha, chemistry joke. Unalized sulfide. And CS2. That's funny. I didn't know that was actually the name for it. Is that a thing that's actually used for any stuff? Would that be used in science class for doing an experiment or anything? I don't think we ever used it, but I would also, they probably kept it away from me because it has unalived sulfide in it. So, it's a bad word. They wouldn't want to share that with me. Maybe the other high schoolers, but they didn't want to share demonetized words with me in science class. And the top for the last week was bored, created a new logo and some variations. I mean, I actually, all I see is a parallelogram here. Does it somehow say Captain Sparkles? Because I just see there's just a big red parallelogram, and then another parallelogram, and then a white parallelogram on it's cool. It's George GT color scheme with a white parallelogram. And then this is pretty, I'm not sure why it's pretty bad you'd put a purple parallelogram inside of a purple circle inside of a green background, but and I just, all I see is just a parallelogram. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. And then people would be like, all I can see is an E. Like there is, I think, even less differentiation between the stuff in here than there is in my actual logo. So it's I can read it. It's a C and an S, but there's no way if anyone is like, oh, I can read this one a lot better. No, it's less. There's less spacing. You see a parallelogram. If you don't see a parallelogram here, but all you see is an S with my existing one, you're lying to yourself. And that is it. Shrek is angry. And next week, we move on to the next topic. Thank you all for watching. Like if you liked, and be sure to make regular checkups with your eye doctor to ensure that you are seeing things, especially if you drive. It's very important that your vision is good. Check out the playlist if you want to catch more. End screen for the last subreddit video, and all right, bye-bye.